An American bomber flew over Hiroshima and dropped an atomic bomb called Little Boy. Upon seeing this, the officers quickly removed their shirts and drew their daggers before the atomic bomb exploded, sending themselves to meet God. The soldiers were instantly terrified and wet themselves. Just as he hesitated about whether to follow and meet God as well, the atomic bomb exploded. Accompanied by a blinding flash of light, a huge mushroom cloud suddenly rose over Hiroshima. The shockwave from the explosion rapidly swept toward the soldier's direction. At the critical moment, a man grabbed the soldier's hand and threw him into a cellar, then jumped in himself. Before the soldier could react, massive flames came rushing after them. The man immediately raised a steel plate and pressed the soldier beneath him, then used his own body to shield against the nearly 10 million degree flames. When the smoke cleared, the soldier was again terrified and wet his pants at the sight before him. The man's entire body had been burned to a crisp, but within seconds, his wounds rapidly healed at a visible speed. He was none other than the immortal Wolverine. The soldier thought he was a monster and wet himself again in fear. He hurriedly stood up to climb out of the cellar, but Wolverine pressed him against the wall. He advised the soldier not to rush out, saying they might hit the jackpot again soon. Sure enough, Wolverine was right. Japan was hit by a second atomic bomb 3 days later. When everything returned to calm, they climbed out along the iron chains. Seeing his homeland turned into ruins, the soldier was so excited he couldn't speak because he was overjoyed. In the blink of an eye, 40 years had passed. The former soldier had become an 80-year-old man who seemed ready to die at any moment. At this time, he suddenly recalled the scene from 40 years ago when Wolverine's wounds healed themselves. So he decided that before dying, he would use the excuse of thanking his lifesaver in person to lure Wolverine to Japan. When he saw Wolverine's face, he was amazed. Wolverine looked exactly the same as 40 years ago. This immediately gave him a sinister idea. He wanted to extract the healing genes from Wolverine's body to help extend his own life. To successfully carry out his plan, he had his personal secretary develop a leech that could suppress healing abilities. She then transformed to look like Wolverine's girlfriend and implanted the leech inside his body. Next, he pretended to die of illness and invited Wolverine to attend his funeral, having his subordinates find an opportunity to ambush Wolverine. Only then did Wolverine realize that his healing ability had failed. Enraged, he immediately began to fight back. Just as his consciousness was fading, he saw the soldier's granddaughter Mariko and quickly pulled her away from there. They went to Mariko's home, where under her careful care, Wolverine's body began to slowly recover. But the very next morning, Mariko was forcibly taken away by 2 men. Seeing this, Wolverine immediately charged at them but only caught one lackey. To find out Mariko's whereabouts, Wolverine used force to interrogate him. Little did he know, this played right into the soldier's trap. Wolverine had now arrived at the hospital. He needed to find a way to restore his healing ability. When he opened the CT scanner for a full-body scan, he was shocked to discover a leech attached to his heart. Wolverine endured excruciating pain as he cut open his chest and reached inside to remove the leech. The next second, Wolverine's healing ability was restored once again. Next came figuring out how to rescue Mariko. But just as Wolverine found her, he saw the soldier's personal secretary reveal an extremely terrifying scene. Want to know what happens next? Follow me, I'll be sharing the rest of the story soon.